On this edition of Lexington Now, big news in the world of sports, Independence homes, and history and mysteries. I'm Neil Noah. Welcome to Lexington Now for the week of October 11th, 2021. Lexington got some big sporting news this past week. An expansion franchise of the popular USL League One is coming.
Now, 4 years ago when we announced this new league, there was a community that absolutely got the USL's attention, and that was Lexington, Kentucky. And I can say, having launched many clubs over the last decade, we know the foundation to success starts with a committed ownership group that have deep local ties and have a passion to make their community a better place to live, work and play through the sport of soccer. Now, as our team at the league office spent more and more time engaged with Bill, with Stephen, and with the Tower Hill Sports Group, it became clearer and clearer to us through each conversation that we had that their vision to deliver a generational asset to this community that would benefit a diverse group was absolutely in line with the USL's mission to bring the global game to the widest possible audience. Now, we know this region has a storied history when it comes to sports, whether that's at the racetracks, the high schools or the college athletics programs, and we now know that professional soccer will write itself into that history as well. So we're excited for Bill and Stephen and the team behind them as we watch their vision come to life here in Lexington and all the benefits that this team is going to bring to the wider community far beyond what happens on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the best moments in my job at this league office is when I get to come to communities like this and have the privilege and the great responsibility with my team here to be able to bring the world's game to a new community. So with that, I would like to ask Bill if you would mind joining me at the podium. Bill, on behalf of myself and everyone at the United Soccer League, it is my pleasure to announce the formal awarding of a franchise in USL League One to the city of Lexington. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll be playing in 23 with our team, and we have a group together that really works well together. The USL has been wonderful, very supportive, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. This is family entertainment. We'll have a chance to enjoy the sport, learn more about it, and I'm really, really excited about what we're doing here. So look forward to the questions later, but suffice it to say that we're going to have a soccer team here, and it's going to be a pro soccer team, and we're going to win the games. I'm very competitive, in case you don't know. So this is going to be a winning team. Thank you.
We are so honored that League President Jake Edwards, where did you go? There you are, is with us this morning. Thank you so much for being here. And Senior Vice President Stephen Short, and the United Soccer League for selecting Lexington to be the newest city to have a team competing in USL League One. As mayor, I look at this announcement through an economic development lens. This is the type of quality of life addition that will help us attract and grow new jobs. This club will also create jobs, which we are very excited about. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that we have a built-in audience for soccer here. Soccer is the world's game, the game that so many across the globe grow up watching and playing. Thanks to all of you Thank you to those of you who have come to support this great announcement. And now let's go win some more championships. Congratulations.
A new affordable independent living option for those with mental and physical challenges has been opened. We were there for the ceremony.
Affordable housing is something that we do and we work on every day. And we know we still have a lot of work to do. We're probably never going to be finished, right? But we are certainly setting ourselves a high goal to continue this important work. And back in the 1970s, it wasn't something that Lexington, which was not a merged city-county government yet, early 70s, no one talked about it except for Pastor Bob Brown. And I wish I had known him, Amy. He sounds like an inspirational person. And many people in Lexington remember him for his radio spots on WVLK. He would talk about life's challenges and always end with, "Come to Trinity Baptist Church. We talk about things like this all the time." Pastor Brown was a man who did more than talk. You know, it's one thing to talk, right? He served. He was a man of action. The evidence of that is right here at Bob Brown House, right before you, in front of you, a place he created for adults with special needs to enable them to live independently and affordably. Now his daughter Amy has expanded Bob Brown House with this 24-unit addition she's calling Independence Homes. The city is proud to be part of this work. We provided part of the funding through our Affordable Housing Fund. Since it was created in 2014, at which time I was serving as vice mayor, the fund has allocated $18.6 million and leveraged over $284 million in other public and private funds to construct or preserve 2,390 affordable housing units in Fayette County. That is huge. And in November this year, we will have approximately 600 new affordable housing units under construction.
This place obviously is the culmination of 5 years worth of work and perseverance in making this dream of mine a reality. But more than that, this day celebrates some real heroes in my life. I love Maya Angelou. She said, "A hero is any person really intent on making this a better place for all people." Now, I know she didn't know my dad, but that was my dad to a T. And that was his whole dream and vision for this place for all people. He was a pastor in Lexington and a pioneer of social ministries at Trinity Baptist Church. He started there in 1958. From a large ministry to the blind, he saw a need for safe, affordable housing and decided he should do something to help. Although he had no money and no construction experience, he had a lot of faith and a lot of good friends. In the summer of 1975, the Lexington Housing for the Handicapped opened right there with its first 14 residents with no debt and no mortgage. When my dad died suddenly in 1980, the name was changed to the Bob Brown House to honor him. Since 1972, when he first began to put this dream into motion, there have been many heroes that have led us to this place today. I couldn't possibly start to name names. I would leave somebody out. Don't have that kind of time, but I know who you are, and I appreciate everything you've done to get us here. I am pleased to say we opened 2 months ago, August the 5th, I think we moved in our first resident. We are at 15 residents now out of 24, so we are filling up quickly. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
After the break, we'll tell you about history and mysteries. Welcome back to Lexington Now. Raven Run has a fun and informative program perfect for this time of year. History and mysteries. Here's more.
We are at Raven Run Nature Sanctuary on the site of the historic Prather homestead. The Prather family settled here in the early 1800s or the end of the 1700s. They were a family that lived here really for many generations up until the early 1900s or even past that. Members of the Prather family are buried in the cemetery adjacent to the homestead, and they really were, kind of a middle-class farming family. They would have lived out here, had a very family-centric life. They would have raised cattle, hogs probably, crops, that kind of thing. And there's lots of artifacts left around the park from the time period in which the Prathers lived in this area. The Prather homestead will be one of the upcoming sites on our History and Mysteries program. We'll be stopping by here to talk a little bit about some of the people that lived in this site, some of the interesting historical customs that they would have practiced when they lived here, and definitely to check out, the wonderful architecture and historical remnants that are left behind. The Histories and Mysteries program is one that we've been doing for a couple years now. We try to give people something to sort of come out and experience when they're in the mood for some autumn hiking and some different, programming maybe than what they would think about the rest of the year, something a little spookier. We talk along the hike about sort of the different characters that have lived at Raven Run in the past, the mysterious happenings, the little known facts about, the park's past residents. And we'll also talk about historical customs that you may or may not know about related to the people that would have lived here. And we'll definitely be taking a look at some really interesting historic sites out here at the park as well. And this will be a night hike, so you get to have, a little kind of ambiance as well. To sign up for this program, you're going to go to lexingtonky.gov/Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. There will be a button there that you can press for our upcoming events, and it will take you to online registration, where you can grab a spot for this program. There is a fee associated with it of $5, and you can, do that online as well. If you have any issues with that, if you have any questions, you can call us at the park. The number is 859-272-6105. I would recommend this hike for families with kids over 10 or 12. We are going out at night. It can be a little spooky for younger children, and we are covering a little bit of terrain in the course of our walk. So I would keep that in mind when you register for the program. I've definitely heard plenty of rumors over the years working here about, mysterious happenings and hauntings. For this program, we'll be sticking to what we can kind of document as historical fact, which a lot of the times is a little bit stranger and a little bit spookier than anything that, you might be able to conjure up, so to speak, in your mind. If you're looking for something to do that's a little bit different for this Halloween season, then you might consider registering for this program. It's going to be a really interesting, informative walk. And of course, it's always fun and moody to come out at Raven Run and do a night hike and, kind of be walking around and experience the park during a time when it's normally closed to the public.
Lexington's 4th annual Tree Week runs through this week, and we caught up with Claire Hilbrecht of the Urban Forest Initiative to find out what it's about.
So Tree Week is a week-long celebration of Lexington's tree canopy and green spaces. It is composed of 65 plus events in Lexington, and it also has events all over the state of Kentucky in Berea, Paducah, Hazard, and Georgetown. And really it's just a grassroots community-led event that features family fun and educational and lots of different art events around town. Tree Week is really important for the community because it is a community building event, so it allows people to come together and connect regarding the tree canopy. And Lexington's tree canopy is actually declining, so some of the importance of Tree Week is being able to promote the tree canopy in ways that are educational, fun, and accessible to people. It's also just a really good way to get outside and, like I said, connect with the community, especially after 2 years of a really hard pandemic. And so this is a way for people to engage in safe COVID friendly ways. And finally, it's just really important that we protect our urban canopy in the face of a changing climate. Urban trees are really important at mitigating the effects of climate change, and having a robust and healthy tree canopy and expressing the importance of that to the community is really critical when we start preparing for a changing climate. Some events that we're featuring this year are an Adopt a Tree challenge. So Adopt a Tree is a program that the Urban Forests Initiative developed, and the idea is for community members to engage with a tree and measure it, take a picture with it, and kind of take ownership of that tree. So it's kind of a stewardship type event, and that can happen at your home, so there's not one specific place where that happens. So it's a week-long event. Some other events that are happening during Tree Week are a week-long climate change poster making event, so raising awareness for climate change and imagining a better future within the face of a changing climate. And that event will culminate in a climate change convening in Castlewood Park on October 16th at 3 p.m., where we will just talk about some of the things that worry us with climate change and imagine a better future together. Most of the events that are occurring during Tree Week are free to the public, and you don't need to register for them necessarily, though there are some events at Flora Cliff, for example, that do require pre-registration and a small fee. So you can go to ufi.ca.uky.edu/treeweek to look at the events. There is a list of them at the bottom of the page, and there's also an at-home printable copy of the event brochure that is accessible to the public. There are lots of events that are geared toward children and families. One event is an art and activity event in Duncan Park. So that is in partnership with The Nest, which is a community organization that helps out families. We also have several events occurring in the public libraries and others that are occurring in partnership with Fayette County Public Schools. And so it's very possible that your children will be engaging with Tree Week in the classroom. Tree Week is happening on October 9th through the 16th.
We're back to another busy week of meeting coverage on Lex TV. For the most accurate and up-to-date information on all city business, check out our website at lexingtonky.gov. Now, here's a look at this week's live televised meetings. And we continue to keep you up to date on how the city is handling the pandemic via our official COVID-19 response site, including testing and vaccination sites. Simply click on the banner at the top of our homepage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.